Buddha.
Nobody snatch a shit off my face. Nigga, I'm from Columbus. Fuck is you talking about? Ohio, bitch!
Bitch. Came off the bench on the block, Tim Duncan. Thugging and skimming, we trapping and punching. I got some wins, look famous in public. They all in that group chat, but never in person. Let them come show me it's over, it's curtains. I'm out in Texas, been chasing my purpose. Moving and grooving, I'm swinging this bucket. Raw like some sushi, I know how she want it. Checks in the morning, she nasty, I'm ugly. Thumb in the button, my dick in the belly. Gun by the pillow, she know it get deadly. Stiff at the shoulders, I'm holding it steady. I got a pen with the money, I'm ready. Wife at the house, she a hoe at the telly. Standing on business, they streaming, I sell it. Nothing against me is forming a weapon. No cause that line, you know how I'm stepping. No flirting, baby, you know what I'm rapping. Counting my pockets, I'm counting my blessings. When I'm too busy, she leave me a message. Send me a movie, I know it get messy. She acting bad whenever she texts me. I'm Mr. Jones, not uncle, not daddy. Your baby mama just bitter and petty. You trying to hate cause I hit it already.
Peace, 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 peace. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? You know, it's Mr. Pringles the Barber, aka Alwayzkuttn Barbertalk. I am him, not them. I am him, not them. Man, you know, it's Make It Make Sense Mondays. Make It Make Sense Mondays. If I don't show up for no theme at all, man, I'm definitely gonna show up for Make It Make Sense Mondays. Now, see, last night I ain't go to sleep about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, man. Trying to get my things together, get some things structured together. You know, it's a lot of behind the scenes things that have to take place. I'm trying to get out of that system that, you know, everybody's trying to show something. Instagram, everybody be rushing to show something. Everybody be rushing to show something, but it's a lot of things that's behind the scenes that people be missing. They got to get taken care of. Like tonight, we only gonna be in here for a good hour, man. 11 o'clock is over. I got some people coming in the room. You know, we got Case. What's happening? What's happening? We got Case Cuts in the building coming in. We got we're supposed to have Teddy the comedian coming in to speak about some of this financial advice. You know, some financial literacy regarding inflation and how it's affecting us right now, and some tips and things that you might want to, you know what I mean, jot down so you can deal with these things, because everybody dealing with the same situation. You know, money coming in, but it ain't coming in. Hey, but it's going out faster than it's coming in. You know, everybody got bills and things they got to take care of. But hey, how, you know, I don't use but. So with this, however, you know, with inflation, man, you know, what you used to get last year or the year before for your dollar, man, you probably getting about half of that for real. You feel what I'm saying? So, and a lot of the times, you know, people still trying to live by the means, you know, how things was before inflation. You know, you still trying to maneuver the way, you still trying to buy the same things, go out, enjoy yourself. You're going to have to cut that show, man. You're going to have to cut that show. But, you know, that's what tonight's about. Tonight is about how to deal with this inflation, you know. And my guys going to come and join us in the room. But before we get on that, I want to send my shots out. As usual, make sure y'all go, ladies. If you're looking for those braids and everything, make sure you go to Jay's Braids by Jade. Any barbers looking for chairs and things of that nature that's available right now, nice shop. We're in Columbus. Like I said, Columbus, Ohio. This is for Columbus, Ohio people. You can go to Precise Cuts on Bryce Road. I know they have some chairs open. Make sure y'all go check them out. Truth Nightlife. If you're looking for, you know, y'all want to, you want that spot to hit up. And I can't never forget A1 since day one, brother from another mother. What's up, brother? What's happening? Shout out to Plain Gang Mike, Alley Burger. Make sure y'all tap into Alley Burger. You coming in the city, make sure you stop by Alley Burger. That is a definite spot. I just stopped by Alley Burger. Man, the vibe crazy, man. I tell him every time I see him, man, I'm proud of you, man, because I done seen, hey, we done been through a lot. You feel what I'm saying? You know, this transitioning in life and evolving and things of that nature. Yeah, man, Alley Burger, man. Make sure y'all tap into Alley Burger. And if you all are anybody suffering from hair loss, if you're suffering from hair loss, man, I got my guy, Mr. Pringles the Barber, man. You feel me? If you are suffering from hair loss, man, y'all see, you can reach me. You see, let me get it on the screen for y'all. So just so y'all know, you know, man, I don't want y'all to miss out on nothing. Yeah, y'all can get all that information down. Y'all tap into that. And while we waiting, let me see, get some things together. Y'all go ahead, jot the information down. If you know somebody suffering from hair loss, or if you're suffering from hair loss yourself, man, make sure you contact me. You can go to manweaveohio.com. Or you can text me at 614-749-4751. 614-749-4751. Let's see what we got it out. Let's see, we got some stuff down here. While we getting some things together. It's going down tonight, man. Make it make sense Monday.
Yeah, they think that I'm dumb. I don't care. Let them think what they want. I don't do it for them. I do it for fun. To buy away and cause I'm in the lens. So I run it up like the money or sales. I'm just getting started. I hope they will pay it. They counted me out, so they counted me in. Looked at my watch, it was 448. Just made a play for a 448. If I wait for no man, then why would I wait? I'm in the kitchen, so maybe a plate. I'm in the kitchen, just like the counter. She wanna spend it, so watch it like counting. They counting me right, so coming behind you. Me losing again. You realize I got it. They counted me. Y'all better count it again. Count it again. Yeah. They must can't count, they ain't counting me in, they counting me in, no. The ones I can count on one hand, count on one hand. They counting me out, better count it again, yeah. They say I said that I don't wanna fit in. I gotta be real, I ain't trying to pretend. They hate that I'm real, well it is what it is. Can never be flawed, let's do what I can. Tell me I'm wrong when I know that I'm right. I keep telling myself that maybe in life, before I lie to myself, I'ma tell you the truth. Know that they don't, I can't do what they do. Nah, forget, I try hard to forgive. Yeah, I might give, but never give in. Things is easier said than they did. But trust me, cause I did it big. Yeah, I did it big. And you put your life on the line for it. Just make sure you vibe
Big
on it. So you don't have to
ATM
slip in the
run.
floor. Ain't no coming back. They counting me out, but they counted again. Counted again. They must can't count, they ain't counting me in. And counting me in, no. The ones I can count on one hand. Count on one hand. They counted me out, better count it again. Count it again. They counted me.
There we go. Okay. So, well, y'all got while that's on the screen and y'all getting some of this game here. Before we get started on tonight regarding inflation, you know, the effects of inflation on how to deal with them. We're going to speak about the practices that you do today, or the practices, anything that you practiced before today, you know, your past, everything collectively, every moment collectively contributed to who you have become today. So, you know, like I say all the time, man, life is lived in moments. And I mean, that's something that needs to be understood, man. You dig? You know, a lot of the times we look at life and we try to take it in as a whole. It's like trying to move a whole mountain. You got to chip away at that mountain. And, you know, when you're trying to get up to the top of the mountain, you got to take one step at a time, man. It's a journey. Look, hey, man, we got Teddy. Teddy already in the building. I was waiting for Teddy to get in, man. But before Teddy get in, listen, man. Y'all got to understand, in a sense, in life, sometimes you got to struggle and suffer in order to get the things you want. You got to be able to sacrifice. Sacrifice, you know, me and Teddy talked about this the other day while he was getting his cut. And actually, we got some good content. I went back and checked that thing out. It was fire. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Like I said before, I want y'all to remember, everything you do today it all contributes to who you will become tomorrow. So, man, remember, life is lived in moments. Capitalize on all those moments, even the fucked up moments, you know. So let's go ahead and get in here, man. Let's see. Okay. In the building. Here come Teddy. Teddy, the comedian, is on his way in. And I got a question for Teddy that I know some of y'all are going to want to tap in on. Teddy might not be ready for this question, but I know he's going to give the perfect answer. So let's get him in here. What's happening, Teddy?
What's going on, brother?
What's up, man? Let me get my screen together because I made sure I did this for my guys. Let me see. You're going to like this. Let me see. There you go. Bada bing, bada bang. Let's get to the change, man. You see Teddy down there at the bottom, man, as the floating co-host tonight.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Teddy?
I realized I look so short, so this is kind of embarrassing. I was supposed to be a little taller, but
man, you got it, man. You're supposed to be a little taller.
Yeah.
Hey, man, y'all know Teddy really like 6'1". Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all, you know what I mean?
Thank you. I needed that strength.
So, Teddy, how everything going tonight?
Man, it's going good. I just made me a sandwich.
You just made your sandwich.
Yeah, and I was watching Unsolved Mysteries.
You've been on this lately, man. The Unsolved Mysteries, the what was it, World War One? What was you telling me about the other day?
In color. It was crazy. I want people to understand is I like to watch white people die sometimes. So things like that, like Unsolved Mysteries, I skip the black episode because that makes me depressed. I go watch the white people.
Get a horn for that. I watch the white people checking them out, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Painkillers yet?
Oh, I started watching it again. I tried to catch up on where I left off the other night.
Okay.
When he fell off the truck.
That was crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Painkillers. I try to catch. I'm only when I watch Netflix, I only go through what's the top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't check out. I mean, it's so much flooded on Netflix, man.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot.
So for those of y'all who don't know Teddy, this is Teddy is a well-known comedian out here in Columbus, Ohio. He definitely does his thing, and he's worldwide for real. You know, Teddy be on the plane. I thought Teddy had his own jet. It said, "Hey, Teddy the comedian" on the side.
I can't wait till it happens and you can cut my hair and we on the jet. Pause.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait.
Oh yeah, it's coming soon. Coming to a theater near them. Look, so not only is Teddy a comedian, Teddy is actually what you would call a financial advisor due to the fact of his career. Uh, and you are a banker, right?
Correct.
Okay, so due to the fact that you're a banker, you see everything firsthand.
Absolutely.
You see what's taking place in the economy and all that.
I've watched it for the last couple of years. It's been crazy.
What have you noticed as far as collectively? What have you noticed with people coming in?
Well, like I was telling you on Saturday, like people, we are a reactive culture.
Mm-hmm.
So we react and then we go instead of preparing. So what I noticed a couple years ago, and I may have said this to you on Saturday, but a couple years ago I was telling people interest rates are going on the rise. That's just what's happening. America's built on money. So COVID happened. They have to get that money back.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. They have to get all that money back. So interest rise. And that's what happened. And I told people that 2 years ago. Well, you go from 2.5% and 3% when it's good, when it's sweet. You could maybe find 1.99 to now we're at, I think last time the Feds, and we're going to have to look this up, maybe over 9%.
Mm.
And that's just 9% on a home. That doesn't include, auto. That doesn't include credit cards. Credit cards, oh my God, are 35%.
So you saying the interest is up to, like we said, 9%?
Yeah, so I believe the Federal Reserve, I think it's over 9%. You have to.
Let me see. We can look at it up. We can look it up, Teddy.
They just met maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. The Feds just met 2 or 3 weeks ago. But that's important. That's we and we're going to talk a little bit more about this. We have to stop being a reactive culture.
Mm-hmm.
We have to jump on it. We have to jump before it even happens. I think we would be in a better state. COVID, let's take away COVID. And I know people were preparing, but even COVID should have showed like we're not prepared.
You're right, but it was so much going on during COVID, and you had everybody getting those with SBA loans and all that. Everybody felt like they was doing something, they was coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. But that had to get, the thing is this, they had to get that money back. That PPP, that wasn't that wasn't just for shits and giggles.
Mm-hmm. There we go. We can see it right here. So it's showing that.
What did it go up to?
It said 22 high in June. The Fed revised the 2023 peak rate projection up to 5.6%.
I was higher than that.
It's higher than that now today.
Probably higher than that right now. They just met. I think it's over 9%.
Okay. He said it's over 9.
Yeah, I believe 9%.
What they saying about a forecast 30-year fixed mortgage rate will average 6.6 in a quarter for 2023. Okay.
Yeah, it's the thing is it's way higher than that, but the interest rates aren't projected to go down to the end of 2024.
To 2024, like towards the end of 2024.
Towards the end. That's when things are projected to change.
Mm-hmm.
So
with all this taking place, what are some of the suggestions you have for people that's dealing with the inflation and the high interest rates and all that?
I would say sacrifice. Come up with so Okay. If you and what I mean by sacrifice, if you take 3 vacations a year, I'm asking you maybe just to take one and put that money away. Just put the whatever you were going to spend on those 2 vacations, you put it away. That's what I'm asking. Small things, nothing big. That's kind of big for a mental psyche because you like to go on vacation. But let's say you don't do vacation, but in a 6 month span, you like to drink, and that's but you have a budget for that. Maybe for 6 months, put that away. Because again, we never know what tomorrow brings, what new um what new sickness can come out. So every penny counts. And I just tell people sacrifice. Now I get it. There's sometimes you can't. Some people are check to check. Some people are check to check and they're doing their best. But even if it's $1 or $2, give yourself a little bit of hope. Because we don't know what is coming.
Yeah, because from my knowledge, I know COVID is on a strike again. It's in motion.
Absolutely.
I remember you speaking about, they say you should have at least 6 months of your bills saved up and everything like that. So just in case, you were telling me that you should start, instead of looking at it as a whole for that 6 months, focus on one at a time.
Yeah, and I'll explain that. And and I think I told you this. Let me back up. This having money for 6 months, your bills for 6 months, that's a great goal. That's a phenomenal goal. But in reality, especially with this time going on with inflation, it's not going to happen. So what I was telling you was, okay, what about we focus on next month? You see it. Let's just say your bills are $1,200. At the end of September, Mr. Pringles has saved $1,200. Okay, perfect. October, don't worry about it. Don't worry about saving. Go your day to day. Enjoy yourself, or maybe save half. But you may not be able to do it the following month. Maybe that's too much. But then do it in November. But the reason I said to do that is because you got to see a little hope. Because even seeing $1,200, you saving $500 at the end of the month. That's a big goal.
Mm-hmm.
With everything going on, that's a huge goal. That's a huge step. So I feel like sometimes you got to take those baby steps, or let's put it in baseball terms, get on base. Just get on
base.
They say to make the Hall of Fame, you really gotta bat a 300, and a 300 you have to hit the ball 3 times out of 10. You like only 30%, but that's Hall of Fame number.
Okay.
So just get on base, like the small things. Like if you spend $300 a month on drinking, can you?
You need to cut that down a quarter of that. If that 300 need to go down to about about $85, huh?
You see, maybe. Okay, yeah, you cleaning your liver because now it's physical and mental health as well. You saving some money. At the end of 3 or 4 months, you save $500 or $600. You like $500 or $600 only did this. Imagine if I double that work.
It's crazy you say that, because with you doing the things that you're supposed to do right now with inflation, it should be helping your health as well. I was listening to Nuri Muhammad, and he was speaking on how we're actually only supposed to eat once a day.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay, so he said once he started the program of doing this, he was getting to eating once every 2 or 3 days. But he's still drinking water and all that in between. But he said he started saving that money that he would have paid for breakfast and lunch, just putting it away. He said and it came out to be about $15, $20 a day. He said he put that money away. He said he ended up, I said a couple years, maybe a year or so, ended up buying him a Jag with the money he put away from overeating, you would say.
Yeah.
So you're right. It will help you health-wise.
Yeah, it's small. Sometimes we look too much for a home run, a big play. And when you don't see the home run, you don't see the big play, you get upset, you get frustrated. Small steps. Get up to base. Then hit the ball. And like small things. Because small victories equal even, you got to win the battle before you win the war.
It's back to those moments, like I was saying.
Yeah.
Those moments collectively are going, you're going to benefit from those.
Absolutely.
Do you notice a lot of people coming in the bank, getting loans and things like right now?
Well, so I'm seeing a lot of debt consolidation. I'm
Mm-hmm.
shop for balance transfers on credit cards. That's huge. You have rewards, you have points and things like that. But a lot of people are looking for how long is that 0% interest. They want to know that because they want to do balance transfers. But you do have a lot of debt consolidation. I'm big on that. If you can do that, I am huge on that. If you can do that,
because it's gonna cut back on some of that interest. Well, a lot of that interest.
So the thing is, okay. So I'm glad we're talking, Pring, because I look at it like this. If you have 4 credit cards,
Mm-hmm.
4 credit cards, each credit card is 25% interest.
That's a minimum right now, right?
That's the minimum. But you have maybe 20K of debt, 20K of debt altogether. Some people are upset because if they do the debt consolidation loan, they're like, well, it's 10 or 12% right now. You can't look at it as 10, 12%. You got to look at it as that you had damn near 100% of interest.
Get it. Right.
Yeah, just your thinking, because I've had people come like, whoa, that's high for a debt consolidation loan. And I'm like, well, you're looking at a 10% interest based off all these credit cards with all this different percent interest. And we're going to take all these credit cards, and the only interest you're going to have is 12%. Hold on. And here's the triple great part about this. And then you're paying $700 in credit cards, and this one loan takes you down to $250. I've opened up your debt to income even more.
Get it, Teddy.
Like, crazy. And I tell people, like, we're so simple minded and so one track minded. I'm like, oh, you got to see the big picture.
When we spoke about it the other day, and you asked me as far as what was going to be saved, right then and there, I had to think about it. And just like you said, each one of those credit cards, yeah, like 25 at a minimum of 25%. So yeah, like you said, you got 100%. Yeah. So when you consolidate all that and you go to say, okay, well, you at a 12 or a 15%, man, you saving a lot.
Yeah.
It's like 85%.
At it. And just imagine the interest payments that you're making for the credit card. You're still going to save money over here. Mm-hmm. If you're paying the interest of the credit card. But all it is it's a dangling carrot.
Yeah.
That's what's going on. And unfortunately, during COVID and what's been going on in the world, that carrot, man, it looks good. It looks good to chase.
You're damn right, it look good to chase. I was talking to a financial advisor, and he was like, it's amazing that they can even do you like that with credit cards. It's pretty much robbery.
I'm still trying to figure out, like, are somebody gonna step in on this? Because this is highway robbery. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering interest rates for these credit cards. I'm like, there's no way nobody's stepping in on this. There's no way. 30% for a credit card? Is this literally the Pearl Harbor bombing? Are we about to go to war?
Hey, you know another good thing about that consolidation, that credit score gonna go right up.
Yeah, it'll definitely go up. It'll go up. Mm-hmm. It'll go up and it'll show. But again, credit score. And I think I told you this spring. Credit score is for interest rate. Credit history is for approval.
Say that again. Say it again for him.
is for interest rate. Credit history is for approval. They're looking at the history. They want to know, what have you done? Who am I loaning this to?
Mm-hmm.
Your credit report is like a job resume.
And show you what you've been doing. It's like that consignment.
Absolutely. You can't go in. I get sick of some of these financial people that's on the internet. I think they're just light skinned in Burlington suits, and dark skinned niggas got big white girls. I don't know, but they tell people the wrong thing. You can't go into a bank and get $100,000 loan with a fixed credit report and it says 800. That's not. It's not going to happen. That's not reality.
Mm-hmm.
Now, 800, nothing really on the credit report. You may get 10,000, maybe because it's unsecured. So there's no collateral to the loan.
So your credit, you need to be showing some type of activity.
Activity, something.
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta. It's. You may not get it to your 35, 36 just because of history. Just because of you work hard for it. You got to put that work in for it.
Make it make sense.
Make it as like the hat.
Yeah, like the hat. Let me pull this down for them, man, so they get a better understanding. You see what I'm saying? You see that shit drop down like a drop top. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, make it make sense. So I know sometimes, I'll be laughing. When you pull up, I might be like running a little behind. He be like, listen, I ain't running that car. It's hot. I'm not running that dang gas. Teddy is good as far as money management. He's managing all the way down to the T. So I definitely commend Teddy for that. I pay attention.
Yeah, no, when I was working at the credit union, and that's how you and I met. And this, right. I told you, you've taken it, and knock on wood, I haven't really been wrong.
You haven't.
Because I just look at the reality, and that's how I talk to my clients. I had somebody last week bring in $4 million. I had somebody else bring in $700,000. They looking at me like, Ted, what should I do? And the reality, some people I can say like, hey, if something happened today, do you care about this $500,000? They'd be like, yes or no. And then from there, that's the difference. But it's the reality of it. Some people do care.
And then the person that came in with the 4 million versus the person that came in with the 700,000, they pretty much could be going through the same struggle right now.
They got the same fears.
Yeah.
They have the same fears as the person with $25.
You're right.
They have the exact same fears. They may not say it because of ego, but they want to know. $25 to a person that ain't got a lot of money, that's a lot of money. $4 million to a person with a lot of money, that's a lot of money.
Especially when your overhead comes up to 3 million.
Yeah.
3 point, yeah.
So they want to know. Now again, there's certain things I need to have, be able to. There's certain, little, certificates I gotta have to give other advice. But being in the bank and you see it every day. I think I told you this story. I know one of my clients, 2 or 3 accounts with over 300,000. And what he told me, I asked him, I said, how'd you do it? He said his wife was the one that told him to do it. But at that time, they were only spending $60 a week. Now that doesn't include your bill.
$60 a week.
$60 a week. And if they ran out of that, they had no money. That's how they looked at it. We have no money. Now, that doesn't include your bills and your necessities or what you need to have. But it's $60 a week. That's play money. $60. Well, guess what? $60. You're like, okay. Next week you get $60. Well, he was like, there would be sometimes, he was like, maybe for a couple months or, longer, because he's probably about 70. He said, man, I was spending $25. And I just kept rolling that money over. And he was like, there were some sacrifices that had to be made. But I'm looking at his account like, sir, you've done it. You've done it, brother.
And it's crazy because really the biggest thing is being able to sacrifice your wants for your needs. Everybody's still going crazy over, and that's an emotional game to me. You let your emotions dictate when you just focus on your wants.
Yes.
And not what makes sense. What makes sense is for you to get in any situation that consists of you saving as much as money as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, and I told you, I get it. We are only 2 or 3, maybe 4 generations removed from slavery. I get it. I get it. But somebody's got to sacrifice. So sacrifices were made all in the past to get us here, for us to be able to sit here and stream and talk. There were sacrifices that need to be made, but more sacrifices needed to happen. They need to happen. But I told you, again, we can pull it up while we're sitting here. YouTube, how to sell to a Negro. Look how they knew. Look how they knew if we dangled a carrot and let them get a taste of the carrot, they'll want it. The black dollar is a lot of money. The black dollar doesn't lose its value. The American dollar can, but the black dollar can't. It gains value.
Yeah, the black dollar control the world.
Controls the world. It's almost about as important to America as the middle class.
Let's see if we can get them a real quick glimpse of this.
Selling
Say what?
our dollar.
Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, it goes through all this.
Got the level on that, Joe? Hey, how's this thing?
Is that it's a fresh market.
All right, here we go.
Millions upon millions of new prospects with $15 billion to spend. That's right. I said $15 billion.
Billion.
A lot of money, isn't it?
Ooh.
Surprising thing is that it's a fresh market.
Let me move
Full
this.
of opportunities. It grew up so fast, got so big in a hurry, that few of us realize its scope. Now, these days, nobody's likely to pass up chances to sell. And yet right here in our own front yard, there's a neglected market. There's money waiting to be spent. To get the story of this market, to be able to tell you the secret of selling the Negro, we did a lot of digging. We talked to leading businessmen, the customers, and the salesmen. We went to Washington, D.C. We set up cameras and other key points around the nation. And out of this all, there emerged a story, the story of a new market. The Negro see must have, but we all know that before you can sell to customers, you've got to get to know them. You must understand something about them. What do the Negro customers buy? Why do they buy? How do you sell to them? Let's find out. Let's hear the opinion of men who have spent a lifetime studying the buying habits of customers the world over. Here is what sales psychologists have to say about selling to the Negro.
The secret of selling to the Negro is expressed in one word. That word is recognition. Now, there's nothing unusual about that. People want to be recognized. They need recognition. That's basic in all of us. But perhaps because he's had so little of it, the Negro needs even more. He needs to feel important and appreciated. This need is a very real and important one. It shows up even in many of the Negro's shopping habits. Anyone who sells or wants to sell to the Negro customer should know about some of these habits. 3 habits in particular play a big part in every sales transaction. To begin with, most Negroes buy by brand. They ask for products by name. They're quick to turn down off brands. Do you wonder why? Well, listen to what this customer is thinking.
That last hat I bought just didn't hold up at all.
You see, for a long time, the Negro has been sold a lot of shoddy, second-class merchandise. So now he asks for name brands in order to make sure he gets his money's worth. Buying by brand.
Okay.
That's the first important Negro buying habit. Now for the second. The Negro buys good quality merchandise. Symbols of quality and prestige are very important to the Negro customer. This woman, for example, is buying fine crystalware. But she is also buying the admiration and approval of her friends and relatives. Listen to her thoughts.
My, isn't it beautiful? I can hardly wait to show it to Sally and Joan.
It's a well-known fact.
Okay, well that's enough right there for everybody to get a gist, and y'all can find that on YouTube where y'all can go ahead and check that out. Our biggest thing is recognition, comparing ourselves to our people, the people around us. Back to what I was saying last week.
Yeah.
Are you living your life for your reflection? Are you living your life in the need of the acceptance of the world around you?
Yeah. That they said it. That's the 60s. 60s. That's what they said. This is what's going to happen, and it's and I talk about it all the time. This is ridiculous. The world, what we value things on, inflate. Man, this should bring us together. You would think that the gender war and everything that's going on, this would bring us together. This would be like, yeah, we gotta do what we gotta do. It makes it. You calling somebody broke when the interest rates have gone up twice in almost 45 days. Call me broke.
And no one even understands it. They're still trying to live to the point where they're comparing themselves.
Absolutely. They're living for somebody else. They're not, the people don't know their purpose.
No.
Jalen Hurts, I'm always going to bring up this quote. I love it. I had a purpose before anybody had an opinion. But people don't know their purpose, so the opinions that are given get pushed forward, and they think it's a purpose. It's not. It's not. It's like we live in the. I always say I'm a '90s R&B guy, and I live in that world. But people live in these worlds that aren't real.
Facade.
Facade is crazy. It's people like, why am I doing a GoFundMe? Where's the life insurance? If you have one pair of Jordans, is life insurance for like what, 5 years? So days are to know that kids are okay.
You got a point.
It sucks. Get roasted, maybe. I don't know. But who cares if somebody roasts you? Who cares?
You shouldn't care because it goes to what what Nipsey says, a marathon.
Yeah.
This is not this ain't the 400, the 200, the 100-yard dash. This is a marathon. So that means you have to be able to survive through these times, to get to the next year, tomorrow, or whatever.
Yeah. Rome wasn't built in a day. Rome was not built in a day. And I just think we as a community, we just got to team back up. We got to partner back up. Myself included. I can't say that I'm perfect out here. We got to team back up. We got to come back together. Life is kicking us in the ass right now. It's black, white, blue, green. If you a midget, if you straight, you gay, you know what I'm saying? You identify as a glass building. It's still kicking.
If you identify as a glass building, hey.
Life kicking you in the balls right now. We don't have, that's the last thing on my mind, to be arguing with a woman or arguing with another black man.
And I think it's probably a lot of arguments going on between men and their women, because a man is probably going to be thinking about this situation in a logical way. Like, at the end of the day, what makes him feel comfortable is being able to be a provider and provide. However, at the same time, he's going to be thinking about what's logical for the situation, what makes sense, while the woman might be responding and making her decisions off her emotions.
Yeah, but you know, it's
It goes both ways, though.
both ways. And
Yeah.
man, I told you, like, I only speak for men because I'm a man. But
Mhm.
you know, if a woman makes a emotional decision and it works, we cheer.
Mhm.
But if it's an emotional decision and it's wrong, we scorn it. It's almost like playing corner in football. When you bite, if you get the interception, you the man. But if you get burnt, you getting toasted. You getting roasted.
So that emotional decision has to be
It has every
have
year.
to make sense as far as saving.
It's even sometimes a man needs emotion in his decision.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's good to have that. See, I like to look at it like a lot of times we don't take our own advice, but I like to look at it as both parties because like I remember you were talking about a situation with somebody in a house, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. A friend, his woman wanted a house, but they
Yeah.
already had a situation. So he was like, "Well, you go ahead and do that. I'm gonna stay right here." And then she turned around and she like, "Look, hold up, I might have made the wrong decision." And he was like, "I told you, you- I'm cool right here for right now."
Yeah, and I would just and I got to really thinking about that because my thing is this. You married the woman so you know her, right? So they've been probably married for 5 or 10 years.
Mhm.
So you trust her decision. Even after the conversation, some men be like, whatever I say goes. I get that. But he trusts her enough that he trusts any decision that she makes. Now, the first thing I'm going to ask her, what was sold to you?
Mhm.
So you just don't. Sometimes you don't. You gotta. It's not a loss. It's a lesson. When you fall, even if you fall back, you get a chance to get up and go forward.
Exactly.
Uh, so, what was sold to you? What did you say to yourself? Like, whoa, okay, I know he said we shouldn't do this, but it's what do you see? You following me? What did you see that I didn't see? Because we partners. We partners. Listen, I'm the driver, you're the passenger, but you're not just the passenger to look out the window, you're the passenger to see things I don't see. So if you tell me to go right, I may not see it, but you did.
Mhm.
So even when I look at that situation, I'm like, what did she see that she was like, I'm gonna play Russian roulette and do it? Because if it would have came out great, they up a bag.
When it's all said and done, and it is at where it's at, the decision was made off of a want and not what needs to take place or what makes sense as far as them as a whole.
Yeah, and just small, you don't know. But
Yeah, it could be something in there that I got one side. I got a one side of the story. So, however, from when I'm looking at it as a math problem, when I do it as a math problem, the equation still came out as the guy was right in the situation.
absolutely.
Um, you know, I feel like in life, there's a lot of things that you might want to do at that certain time, at that moment at hand. However, it might make more sense to hold off just for a second till you can get it to the point where I remember I was talking to Case and he was saying, I heard it before, but he reiterated that, if you can't get something, if you can't buy it 3 times, don't buy it at all.
So
So if we taking our last pieces, our last couple, our last pieces of change to go make this move or make this purchase. However, one of the partners is like, look, we might as well wait. Let's go ahead and save up a little bit more. Let's make this move due to the fact that it's inflation right now and the way things in the economy is. It doesn't make sense for us to make that leap right now. We just tone it down a little bit.
yeah,
That's the logical head though. That's the logic. That's the logic. But the emotion might be like, look, I don't care about that. I want this right now.
yeah, yeah. But you gotta. So you have to when you're making decisions, especially as a
Couple.
your
Yeah.
partner, maybe sometimes, to her, you just can't always say this is a yes, no, I'm doing this, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes you got to explain. Sometimes you got to write the vision.
Mhm.
Sometimes, hey, we're not going to do this because of this. Here are the facts behind it. But that's just what we can't do today. Tomorrow, when the sun rises, we can do A, B, and C. Some men don't believe in that. They believe I shouldn't have to. But what if that's the difference?
It shouldn't be a problem with explaining anything to your significant other. I mean,
Yeah.
that's your partner. That's like we're on the same football team. I'm quarterback, you running back. I mean, it doesn't make sense for me not to explain. I have to explain why we should run this play because this is what's gonna get us the touchdown. Now, or this might give us a few more yards. It might not be a touchdown this play. It might be the third play up.
Yeah.
They might be on third down. We working. This a process. I don't want to just go straight for the end zone right now. We just go relax.
Yeah. Yeah. You have, but again, what we it's such a it's and people are getting bags off these conversations that we're having right
You're
now.
right. You're right. And I don't even like to do the gender war thing for real.
It's come back together. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to know, is everybody on everybody's social media? So on your social media minds, the dogs, the
Mhm.
nigga dead. Is everybody dating the same 5 women and the same 5 niggas? Is everybody? We all must be dating the same people
I got an answer for that.
to be so evil.
I'm gonna tell you this. This is how crazy the world is, right? The world's so crazy now that majority of us, and I'm gonna include myself because I'm aware of what's taking place. So I try to detach myself from certain things. A lot of the world don't know that they're being brainwashed. Like the thing is, if you're getting brainwashed and you don't know you're being brainwashed, that's when it's very detrimental to your mental health.
It's
um, so so due to the fact that I understand that there's a brainwashing going on, I try to catch myself when you get to the point where you say it's only five. If it's only 5 men and 5 women in this world, everybody has a microphone. So 5 men hear something that they agree with, or one man he passes it to the next man, then he sees somebody else with another microphone. They saying the same thing. Now all these men are on the same wavelength.
yeah, yeah.
Now all these women are too. So when you can go back and say, well, I was watching this podcast or I seen this post, and then all those women and those what you would say 6 degrees or maybe 3 degrees of separation, however it is right now, they're speaking amongst each other. You right, you only have 5 women in the world now.
Yeah, man, it's like nobody's happy.
Nobody, no.
Nobody is like, man, you don't have to. Everything is men ain't shit, women ain't.
Mhm.
What?
Who does this or who's supposed to do that?
Who
Uh,
cares? Like, the thing is, who cares? I've always been taught that relationships are never 50-50. Relationships are 80-20 today,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
70-30. Like, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking that we are now, and we saw it when it was. I saw it because I was a part of it. Um, Social media, and I always thought like it started with cyberbullying.
Mhm.
Cyberbullying was the thing. We're kind of people are being cyberbullied now. With you got to have this many followers to do this. But I used to say, why can't you just turn off the computer? You don't have to be. You can't be cyberbullied at the computer. But in growth, so check this out. In growth, when you don't know your purpose, that computer is all you have.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? And we don't. The world is built off of drama. Even that World War II stuff I've been watching. I was just watching Unsolved Mysteries, cold cases, and I'm watching an amazing show about people that can't solve their loved one's murder case. That's like that's what the world is.
And you totally right. At the end of the day, if you are still trying to find yourself or get to know yourself, if you don't know yourself, you fall amongst those 5 men or those 5 women because you're just taking on the identity of them. Like, speaking on like you saying cutting the computer off or just cutting social media off. Before social media and all that, the things that took place in your household took place in your household. It was understanding in your household. What took place next door took place next door in their household. So now it's more, oh, what happened next door? We're gonna try to apply this to our household.
Yeah.
So people are utilizing other people's combination to their lock.
Yeah.
And that you just can't. That's a catastrophe.
Yeah, you worried about somebody else. What you worried about somebody else's household? You don't know what they're going through. To tell that woman how to act, or tell that man how to act, or how they should feel loved, or how they should do this. Everybody's loved different. My thing is this: if that woman believes that love is Chanel bags and bills paid, let her do that. Let her have that. Go have that. That's what she wants. And guess what? There's somebody to give it to her. If that man has the money and all he cares about is fat asses and small waists, and if that what that man wants, don't talk down about him. That's what he wants.
Everybody has their own cup of tea.
Everybody has their own cup of tea. It's like, yeah, maybe some people that have morals like me and you, our morals are different from somebody else's. So our morals be like, you can't find love like that. Well, yeah, maybe that's how she values love, or that's how he values love. That ain't our business. My thing is this: my electric bill is $230. Me worrying about her ain't helping me pay this electric bill because I'm trying to figure out.
Now goes back to what we was just saying. You worried about her on how she feel about any situation is gonna be you amongst your emotions.
Yeah.
Your mind, logically, we need to be worried about, damn it, like you said, this electric bill over here, so I need to be worried about that.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm looking.
How I'm feeling ain't gonna pay nothing.
I'm looking around now. Is it a ghost in this motherfucker? Is this electric bill too high? Like
that shit coming. Yeah, that shit coming crazy.
Man, I'm looking for a discount. Man, I'm gonna tell him I just lost my job. But again, like what men? Oh my God! I hope billions of people see this. Men pay bills. The problem with men is that men egos ain't strong enough to tell a woman I only can pay $1,100 worth of bills. I can't pay $2,000 worth. But my budget is $1,100. Men they ain't strong enough for that.
You're right. They let their pride and their ego.
So you gonna strain yourself and then you begin to hate her. But maybe she would have rocked with you if you would have told her at the beginning, this is all I can afford now. No, maybe she would have said, no, we can afford 2,000. You know what I'm saying? Like men,
you basically telling a man, be like, listen, baby, I can't afford you. But then you need that woman to come back and be like, I don't need you to afford me. We gonna work together to afford us.
That's what I'm saying. Again, men, if you're just honest about your finances, if you're honest about them, then guess what? Maybe you'll get the result that you really wanted. Maybe that's the result, you'll get it. And again, I talk about men because I'm a man. Men to women, I think, I feel like hopefully this doesn't be taken out of context, but if you cage a woman up too long with all these rules and restrictions they had on women, this is what's going on. They free, bro. And a woman, they free.
So you just got to be able to say this. It's just like I don't do cats, but one thing I know about a cat, you can let a cat go outside and roam, but it will always show back up.
Always.
Always.
Probably.
If it's your cat. Now, if it go to another doorstep and eat there and it feels like, okay, that's where I should be, that's where it's gonna be. So you just saying like nowadays, it's like you gotta just let them be, and they gonna be for you if they for you.
Listen, everybody body count and a woman should do this and a woman should do that. Who give a fuck, bro? My thing is this. If I'm hungry at 1 a.m, praying, I'm going to go to the kitchen and I'm going to grab a snack or I'm going to drink some water. This whole thing, you going to make your man a meal at 2 a.m. That's why you niggas got gout. Because y'all eating 2 a.m. steaks and shit. It's not
God.
shit. Because they want a fresh batch of Kool-Aid over the light bill.
Mm-hmm.
Like, god damn. I'm like, man,
Kool-Aid over the light bill.
you want a 5-star meal over the light bill? Which I get it. And some of these light bills, I definitely deserve a 5-star meal over that. But like, who cares? I remember when we were strong. Remember that? Remember when the black community was strong and then one of these communities out here got jealous, and so then they incorporated some things,
Mm-hmm.
and now this community's broken. Like, I remember those days. I don't remember, I wasn't born, but I can just imagine how strong we were.
We probably won't ever be that again.
We probably will. We'll get close.
I would hope we would. I'm gonna speak it into existence because hope is the only thing you got over fear.
Yeah.
We just gonna say it, leave it at that. It's just not looking to. It's too much. People have too much. There's too much accessibility to everybody else's opinions.
Yeah.
The world is like.
So it's an algorithm. So think about
Yeah.
it. It's funny because so you go on TikTok, you go on Twitter, you go on Facebook. What the algorithm of the app, of the software, the computer, is whatever you sit at the longest.
Mm-hmm.
Start seeing videos like that, right? The algorithm of life is going to agree and find something that we like so we can dive. It's almost like conspiracy theories.
Mm.
That's what the world is becoming now. But again, there's no purpose. Everybody identifies as everything else but themselves. You don't really know how to parent because every kid's different. There's no real book to it. If you're persuaded by TV, if you're persuaded by social media, then you're literally, your purpose, your why is becoming of that. I think the greatest part about going outside and playing as kids and praying you can agree to this is, man, it was just y'all. You was outside. If you don't want to play with the kids, and you remember the kids that played in the dirt, remember the kids that played by themselves, because that's what they did.
And then now when you look at it, the people that struggle with being influenced at a young age, that was easily influenced, are the people that are struggling with social media as far as being influenced.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I tell people this all the time. Like, nobody wants to hear the honesty. A man, unfortunately, nobody knows how to talk to each other. Nobody knows how to communicate. Men, our egos, we're Superman. When it is what it is, you can agree with me. If you know it's not going to change, why are you going to worry about it? It is what it is.
You can only change you.
You can only listen. You only can change the man in the mirror, and you gotta have balls to do that because that takes courage. If the genders um had the courage enough, they would communicate. The greatest form of submission is communication.
Mhm.
That is the greatest form of submission by a man or a woman is communication. We just don't have it. It's like we want to be. I want to be mad at her. I don't want to like a woman, and then women are like, I don't want to like a man. It's crazy. It is. There are people on tours right now talking about this.
Empathy.
It's empathy. Man, listen,
Empathy the key to everything for real. Like,
I've had to take many trainings on empathy because,
mhm.
man, in my banking career, I got a lot of customer surveys about no empathy. But I at this point, I kind of just be like, yo, that's your story. You're not mad at me. You mad at the situation.
Mhm. Empathy, and everybody has choice.
Yeah.
We all have a choice, and just got to make sure them choices and decisions benefit you or you as a group or whatever you may say relationship. Yeah, it got to be beneficial for both.
You got to be a trendsetter. That's why I just tell people.
We set the trends.
You be so, man. Did I tell you this Saturday? Like, so I was kind of forced to have to figure out who I am because when I was young, I was husky. So I couldn't fit in certain pants. Certain pants were expensive. Clothes were expensive because I was husky. My mom put me in Wranglers. So a black chubby kid in Wranglers, bro,
Yeah.
filthy. I had to become. I had to know who I was to know that I could bag a chick in Wranglers.
And those Wranglers actually boosted your confidence. It made you comfortable with yourself because for you to have to walk around with those and still be able to, you know,
Hey, it was.
be successful.
I took a lot of losses.
Mhm.
I took a lot. I got friends on a lot, bro. But when I won, man, I was Kobe.
Why big. Yeah.
I was Kobe.
Mhm.
7. Sprinkle with some Mike. It was great. But people don't have. It's a different world. It's a different time. I just hope we don't keep growing apart and we grow together. We put our egos down. Inflation of separation is happening. So you not only have inflation of the products, you have inflation of separation of genders of culture. Think about that. Like inflation, that's a big word, but we're growing apart. We're growing apart.
And we're growing apart and they're making us be comfortable with it.
It's okay.
Yeah, we're finding justifications why it's okay to be apart.
But it's not. The thing is it's not. People don't get it's not okay. It's not okay at all. We're needed. We're needed. I don't really. They talk about people are uh trying to make men women. What demasculinize whatever. If I'm saying,
Demasculate, yeah.
I don't believe that. I believe one or two people have got in front of um people and said this is what you need to do, and we kind of ran with it. I do believe that mothers just want their sons to be happy, so they roll with it. They don't want to be too tough. So they like, whoa, whatever it is. Fathers need to be in lives. It's straight, man. I'm gonna say this word. It's straight bitch like. You not in your kid's life.
That's a fact. I agree. And when a father's not in their kid's life, and then when you have fathers that are in their kid's life, man, like in my situation, I got custody of my daughter. So I didn't understand what actually a mom actually went through at that time, like as far as a single mom, how she moving. Even though I could get help, but at the end of the day, if I don't have the help, it still all falls back on me.
Yeah.
I can't move like most dudes move when it's like, okay, well, you got your kids for the weekend. Every day I have to know that it ain't just me. I got to make sure she good.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Hey, it's man, listen, kids didn't ask to come in this world.
Yeah.
They didn't ask at all. They were brought into it, forced into this world. So yeah, we got to be we have to, somebody, it has to start with one. It has to start with one household. And then from one household, you can create that family. And even if it doesn't go to a second household, there's one family in America that's doing it right. That's doing it right. They can touch the lives of others.
Well, I'm gonna say this. We had a good. This was and the thing about this podcast, I'll be getting on these topics, and man, I watch time go by. This is when I know it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Time goes by good, and I'm gonna just say this. I don't know what happened to Case, but shout out Case because you was supposed to be in the building. I don't know what happened to you, man. But we got Teddy in. Teddy, you know what I mean? Teddy did an outstanding job.
Absolutely.
Helping the people, dropping some tips. What would you have to lead the people with?
Honestly, just take one day. That's how with finances, with life. I'm big on mental health. I'm always going to speak on mental health. Protect your mental health. Go take a break. I said it earlier. If you fall back, that just gives you another chance to stand, take a step forward. That's what I tell people. That's what I tell people to do. Enjoy life. You're worthy. You have a purpose. And if you don't have a purpose, maybe your purpose is to find your purpose. That's so.
That's a good piece. That's a good piece.
That's my Monday night. I've given so much positivity. I am going to go lie to somebody as soon as I get off of here. I've done just enough that I can go now. Just enjoy the lies.
Look, I'm gonna say this. With new practices and new pathways, you know, hey man, you can complete the journey that you're looking forward to. Like sometimes you got to switch things up. You can't do the same things. And you might have been successful in an area, accomplish that goal, but to get to the next level, you might have to do something different to get to that next level.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, and like Teddy said, I'm gonna simplify it. Life is lived in moments. Enjoy those moments, good, bad, and ugly, because collectively is all about life. That's your entire life right there. That's your dash right there.
There you go.
Hey, it ain't always about the books you read, it's about the book you leave.
Sir.
So Teddy, I appreciate you coming in, man, helping these people out with this the effects of inflation.
Yes, sir. Hey, I'm always here to talk, always here to help, man. We are our people's, our brother's keepers. So let's keep going.
Already. Man, enjoy your night. You said you about to go. Did you say you about to fix you a sandwich? Or you already ate the sandwich?
Great. It was a delicious sandwich I made, man. I saw it on TikTok and I made it. But I'm about to finish this episode and then I'm going to bed so I can get up tomorrow.
All right, man. You have a nice night, man. Enjoy yourself.
All right, Brain. Yes, sir, brother.
All right, for sure.
All right.
Well. Y'all see, man, we had a outstanding Make It Make Sense Mondays. I hope for those of y'all who didn't, wasn't here for the live, I know y'all will catch this on the back end. But yeah, like I said, man, life is lived in moments. Enjoy every moment, good, bad, ugly, man, because collectively, that's your life. Don't be skipping over shit. If it's a bad moment, you gotta, enjoy that one too, because it's a learning experience. It's gonna help you get over the next obstacle where it may, occur in life. Every situation is preparing you for another situation. And I'm up out of here, man. You know it's Mr. Pringles the Barber, aka Always Couldn't Say It Honcho. I am him, not them. I am him, not them.